Ready?
Oh, nice change. You didn't want to do that last time.
Yeah. I was a little bit more energetic on this round.
We're not eager about this one.
No, welcome to another episode of Gore to be Gore.
We're not eager about this one.
This was not on our top
This-
30.
So, Conjuring 3 to finish up that Conjuring series, and of course we're not doing any of the little branch off movies.
We might do one.
We might do one.
We might do one. We haven't decided yet because next month is bringing an entire new addition to our what do you
We're
call
gonna
it?
do a whole new batch.
Category.
Yeah, like we're gonna try to
Should we tell
stick
them?
to a spiel. For June, we were discussing zombie movies because I'm a huge zombie fan.
She's a zombie fan, in which, and overall, as am I, because technically vampires are zombies. In all technical,
They're the
aspects.
zombies and vampires. Are they the same thing,
Telling
or
you.
are they separate entities? What makes them separate entities? What is different? Because
It's an argument that we have.
Yeah, because in
all the time.
some vampire tellings, they have ghouls,
Right,
which
are
are mindless zombified people, but they're technically not dead. So please,
It's very
help us settle that
possession
little
of the
debate.
body, in which that brings us to the Conjuring 3.
So going into this, I personally had an expectation. I should not have done that. I should have lowered my standards. So.
I as well did, because Conjuring 1, Conjuring 2, great movies. This was not.
No,
It was horrible.
this was horrific. With a budget of $39 million and bringing in a worldwide gross of $202 million, I am asking one basic question: how?
This movie has 22,000 reviews on Prime at a 4.5 out of 5. What did we miss?
I don't know. The reviews. So on IMDb,
Yeah.
the reviews jump from one extreme to the next.
Which
They
most
are.
Of the, most
They
of the
usually
reviews
do, yeah. But they are either scathing reviews or glowing recommendations.
And I'm telling you, out of all the movies that we watch, I related this one as unwanted and unwatchable as Blood and Donuts. Or,
It was bad.
Or The Vampire Happening. Like, it's
There-
one of those that I will never watch again. I am disappointed that I purchased it.
It was. It lacks tension. It is definitely the weakest of the entire series. The weakest. And it has a very Scooby-Doo-esque kind of...
Absolutely.
I mean, partway through, you just want to go rut-row.
And so, like, watching the movie, and so this is how bad it was, is that we actually stopped watching it and had to pick up on it a different day
Several days later, and
to finish watching
I personally threw a tantrum about having to complete it.
it. So the first two being about actual possessions, actual, like, hauntings. Where this one was about a curse.
It starts
That-
off as leading you up to believe it's going to be a haunting, a possession.
Another haunting.
No.
No, and
No.
which is fine. Which is fine and all. Like, curses, voodoo, whatever have you. And it's to show that the Warrens did other things besides just possessions. They really did.
Yeah, well, and
They
they prided
investigated-
themselves on the occult, even ran an occult museum from their
Yes.
home.
But this one, so in the first two, when you're watching it's very focused on what's going on in the house, again, about a haunting. This one, as soon as you start watching it, I screamed Hollywood the entire time.
It was just too much.
It was
It
so
was too
Hollywood.
much storyline.
Yeah, and even you said, like, researching it, there was so little of actual truth based on a true story.
Extremely. I mean, and the other two were loosely based.
Loosely.
This one had maybe a 2%
It was
of
like
factuality.
it was like
to
paper
it.
in the wind. Like
It was horrible.
It was horrible.
I'd rather go pee on an electric fence than watch that again.
The entire movie, and again, and we are bashing on this movie.
Thoroughly.
We don't do this very often, but we are bashing this movie.
It's horrible.
When we continued to watch it on our second go several days later, the last 10 minutes of the movie, you can get the entire movie in the last 10 minutes and be perfectly satisfied watching only 10 minutes of the movie. Said and done.
There was a small child's handful of good spots. The child, David Glatzel, contorting and twisting.
Yes.
That was pretty good. That was well done.
Excellent.
I enjoyed that part.
Didn't make sense how he was able to walk afterwards, but...
Yeah. Well, and as I pointed out, anybody who watches the Supernatural series, I pointed out that even in a TV series, I've watched Supernatural geek right here, Team Kaz. Yay.
Brittany, you should know this, Supernatural.
Yay. Anyway, buttface. Anywho.
I do know that phrase.
So, I pointed out that even in Supernatural, they show the after effects of possession.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
Yeah, you are physically damaged, and even once the demon leaves the body, these people die or end up in the hospital. Your job is gone. Your home is gone. Your loved ones are gone. There is an effect left behind, whereas in a lot of the movies, it's just, ooh, we go on with our la-di-da-day.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, this guy was literally, like, twisted in half and, like... And the sound effects were great. Like,
oh, yeah,
like
the sound effects were amazing.
10 minutes were fine.
And it's not even that the acting was bad. The acting was quite good.
Yeah.
The acting was great.
But
the storyline...
It was horrible.
It was dookie.
Like, there was no tension in the movie. Like, there was no, like, or even, like, shock value. There was none.
No.
Literally, any time there was a, like, shock part coming up, it literally never gave it to you.
No, and it got to the point where the two of us were bouncing back and forth, calling out what was going to happen. Dead rare.
Every time.
Just quick side note on things, I did stop to look into Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yes.
And of course, you know, there's always that question of real or crap. The Glatzel family, the possessed boy David, that family has now denounced the Warrens as frauds. And it turns out that young David actually suffers from mental illness.
Seizures and such.
The Warrens claim to have investigated up to 10,000 paranormal cases. It would take, after doing the math on it, it would take 27.3 years doing one a day in order to reach that number, which is not possible.
Right.
Because first, they ran the occult museum out of their home.
Yep.
They're raising their child.
Yep.
And Ed had a normal day job as a bus driver.
So there's no way that they did 10,000 cases.
There's absolutely no way.
Or even looked into. And you're talking about, like, you know, maybe even, like, reading one and being like, oh, that's funny.
Well,
even
and
doing that, like,
a lot of these cases would take several days to do.
Right.
You would have to sit in and do investigation for several days, several nights. It's not possible.
There's huge holes in the plot.
Ginormous.
Throughout the entire movie. The director was garbage as far as
Unfortunately, we did not have James Wan.
As far as the scenes go, like, it literally...
I think that's what destroyed it.
It's a 1 star for me.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Dry spot.
You want?
Is it?
No. It's got... Excuse us. Oh, it's mango. But, yeah, this is a 1 star for me, 1 out of 5. And again, with our ratings, we go over several things. We put a lot of things into perspective.
We box and we categorize.
You know,
to,
writer, director,
yeah.
Screenplay,
How
music.
was the acting? What was the plot like?
I mean, we even go down to, like, as far as, like, the music during, like, certain, like, action scenes or suspense scenes. Like, we go over all these things to come up with our rating.
The music usually determines for us whether it's going to be comical or not, because we
Yeah.
catch some where it's like, why does it sound like 70s porn?
Telling you. Seriously.
Oh, there is some in there that is just phenomenal.
So we take a lot of things into perspective, and this is definitely a 1 out of 5, one of the worst movies I've ever watched, and comparing it to Blood and Donuts because that was also up there.
This was a tragedy.
This came out in 2021, people.
This is
what we're doing.
And honestly, I blame the director.
$40 million.
I do. I blame the director. However, I also blame the writers.
Absolutely.
What they put forth could have been so much better.
Now, the actor and actress, I'm not going to pronounce her name.
Vera.
Yeah. They both did excellent throughout the series that we've watched.
Yeah, they were epic. They were amazing.
It's not their fault. But again, as soon as you start watching this movie, you just scream Hollywood the entire time. It is completely just unbelievable.
It didn't
unattractive.
It didn't feel original.
No.
It didn't feel like there was any kind of
there's no drawing.
There's nothing. There's nothing that sucks you
or
in.
Appealing, or like there's right.
At least for us.
Nothing.
At least for us. Like I felt very antsy watching this. Like I wanted to do everything but sit there and watch it. I think through a majority of the movie, this was us. Playing on the phone, looking up on occasion.
Sorry, Conjuring 3, but you sucked.
Yes, you fell very short. Very, very short. It was extremely disappointing.
Now, we still have The Nun to watch, in which we haven't decided if we're going to do a video on that one or not. Maybe.
If you're interested in hearing a take on us watching The Nun,
might do as a
drop it in the comments. Leave a message on the Facebook page. We could probably do a review on that one.
Or we could do it as a part of another video.
Yeah.
However, we are going to throw a recommendation. This is not.
Yes.
We are not being sponsored in any way.
No,
or anything
no
like
way,
that.
shape, or form.
However, we did come across an awesome channel.
For anybody out there who is an MST3K fan, Mystery Science Theater 3000, or Riff Tracks fan, and you have Hulu, for $2.99 a month, you can get just the most beautiful collection of the MST3K series, and it's all over the place. It's like all parts of the series.
50s, 60s,
yes.
70s.
Oh, they've got Riff Tracks. They have Elvira, Piranha. A lot of the cheesy 70s movies.
Shit we like to watch.
Yes, this is with Shout Factory TV, and that's shout with an exclamation point at the end of it. Really good old school campy horror. So if you were looking for cheeseball horror, you like Mystery Science Theater, and you got Hulu, look for Shout Factory TV. $3 a month, not that dang bad, and I have been thoroughly entertained the last few days.
Was it on Hulu? I thought it was on Prime.
Oh, I apologize.
It is on Prime.
It is on Prime. Oh, my bad. Bad me. Bad.
That's why we're not sponsored.
Stink. That's another reason we're not sponsored. So anyway, Prime. I apologize. Prime.
Check out this channel. It's very well worth it. $3 a month. You get crap ton of
it's amazing.
Amazing old movies. And again, these are things that we like to watch and what we watch on our downtime. When we're not watching like purposely crappy movies.
Yes, we do. We purposefully do this.
Yeah.
We will sit down and watch a movie that was meant to be a bad movie. They went into it wanting to make it a bad movie.
There are some out there that are just funnier and shit. Lamageddon, okay. Carousel. So we were going to do a review. I'm gonna I don't know if you're gonna cut this out or if I'm just babbling here, but Carousel.
That's Hell.
I thought I had purchased it. It was on Prime. They took it off of Prime. Prime, how dare you? It was about a unicorn off of a carousel.
It was this unicorn carousel horse
that was possessed.
Escapade.
And would literally kill people with its horn or throw ninja stars. A unicorn with ninja stars. And the movie was...
Stamp someone to death with
like
fake wolf hoofs.
Oh, it was so beautifully done.
The catchphrases were hilarious.
Prime, please bring this movie back.
Yes, Amazon Prime, please bring this movie back. We would like to purchase it.
I could have swore I purchased it, but
You can put it on your watch list, but it won't let you watch it.
So annoying.
Bring it back.
Prime, please.
Carousel.
If anybody out there has seen that movie, comment. Let me know.
Yes.
Because that movie was beautiful. Sorry.
So,
I
yeah.
had to go on a rampage.
Shout Factory TV.
Yes.
On Prime, not Hulu. Although Hulu, you're amazing in your own right. You are. Yes, you are. So,
Thank
yeah.
you guys.
Conjuring 3, 1 out of 5. Suck floppy donkey dick. I would rather wipe my ass with a rusty SOS pad than have to watch that
Excuse me.
that pile of steaming excrement.
Thank you guys again for another episode of Gore to Be Gore.
Thank you so very much. Every single one of you little people have pleasant nightmares.
That was a good one.